Good evening, my creators, angels, loved ones. I wanted to start another video, a little bit about oracle cards and tarot cards, and I'm just now taking a class to learn how to read tarot. But I've learned a lot. I purchased some decks first, and then I purchased a class to help me develop my skills with them, and also to have another tool to communicate with spirit. At the time, I was just using a crystal and a pendulum, and basically, you could only ask yes and no questions. And so, like, if I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty of something, I'd have to ask a lot of different types of questions and ask the right questions in order to get the answers that I needed. And so, with the cards, oracles, and the tarot, I'm actually able to get more more in depth answers, and just more information about it. And like, it's not like literal interpretation. Like, some of it is like, what's the picture, and what does it represent to me. And then also, as I'm opening up my intuition and my psychic abilities, I'm able to kind of interpret them better. Um, but I mainly stick to reading what the creator of the cards has written. I'll kind of come to a short conclusion of what I think it represents. And plus, most of the cards, except for no, I think most of the cards I have all have a short little sentence on there that kind of represents the gist of the card. Like, what does it represent in a short sentence. And then you can get the book out to elaborate on that subject a little more. And so I go in, with everything, you go in with an intention to only speak to the divine, and ask for protection, and to only communicate with the highest good. And so this will be my first time doing this with a collective. I've done it for some friends and for myself and for my family. I already did a meditation for this, and I lit some sage and some Palo Santo, and then this also can clear the energy with sound as well. So just like that, and then allow that to radiate and to clear the energy of the room, so that what we get is just from the divine. I'll be pulling a card for the collective from a couple of my new favorites. So this is the Divine Masters Oracle deck, and this is by Kyle Gray. And I really like the information that is given in this one. This one is the Spirit Animal Oracle. I've actually worked with this for a couple months now, and this is by Colette Baron Reed, and both of these are two of my teachers in this class, and that's another reason why I purchased the decks. And plus, I purchased them because I want, different types that talk in different language, like relating to animals. I want to know about divine masters, so this will also help me connect with divine masters, because it's a divine masters deck. And I don't know all the divine masters. I know of, Jesus and Buddha and the ones that we all know about that are, very commercialized, but there's also many in here that I'm not very familiar with. But it's really cool when you open the card and it comes out, and then you read about who the master is, where they come from, and what they represent, and then you have more information, and then you have more masters that you can reach out to in different situations that can help guide you along your path. I've decided to get it. This is also another one of my teachers. This was made by Radley Valentine. This is the Angel Tarot deck. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I should get it closer. The reflection of the light. And so this one, I like this one because it doesn't have... so on cards, you can pull them. And I don't read reverses yet, because I'm just learning, and so I want to just know what the face value of the card is. And usually reversal, it kind of means the opposite, or it means you're hiding from it, or you're in denial about something. So it could be a good card, and then, but if it's I would say good and bad, because there's always these connotations that society uses. But all cards are just for advice. It doesn't. They're not going to say, tarot, in my opinion, tells more of the real truth. Like, there is cards that come up that say, you're being stabbed in the back by people in your life, and you need to work on that. You need to, clean up your circle, and there's different cards that represent that type of information, where oracles seem to be a lot more friendly. They seem to give you a lot more easier advice. Some of them don't, though, so it just depends on what you're asking. I usually just do general, unless somebody says if they have a specific question, or if I have a specific question. Like, I was asking about doing these videos when I got back from my trip to Hawaii, and I lost every deck that I have, and they all were like, yes, do it, go for it. Like, I pulled one card out of each deck for each one, and not one of them was like no. So that's why I knew I had to start this journey. And even if my content's good or viewed or whatever, like, I can continually to work on it, as I've been continuing to work on myself and my spirit. This one's called the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I like this one because the cards are small. It's a pocket oracle, because I have a hard time with the bigger cards, shuffling them. Sometimes I end up dropping some of them on the floor, because I'm still, my hands are getting used to handling them. And I know as time goes on and I keep working with them, that it'll get easier for me. And I also like that this is about shaman, because one of my first meditations that really changed my life was a shaman journey meditation. And it's like a lot of drumming, which is conducive. I'm Native American, and so it's conducive to my culture. And it really opened me up to my imagination, to visualizing where I was in the forest with, my spirit guides. And one came to me as a deer, a baby deer, a fawn, and one came to me as a butterfly, or I think it was a hummingbird, not a butterfly. But either way, I love seeing butterflies now, and hummingbirds and dragonflies. Last year, I asked Spirit, because I did some more research, and there was a book I read called Signs, and it said you can ask for a sign from your loved ones, from anybody. Oh, I got a story about signs. So right after I read that book, I told my dad, I said, if you're with me, I want to, because I just had started reading his biography that he wrote before he passed away, and he's been passed away over going on 13 years now. And I asked for a sign to see him, and I said, I want to see a black sheep. And he showed me a black sheep, and they're like, it doesn't have to be the physical black sheep. It can be an animal or a picture on the wall, but you rarely ever see a black sheep anywhere. And this black sheep, I took my daughter Ayana to her therapy. A kid had a teddy bear that had black sheep pajamas, and I asked the mom, I said, does that teddy bear turn into a black sheep? And she said, I don't know, I think so. And I told her what I had asked my dad for earlier that day. And I kind of got teared up, because I knew that he had brought that into my reality as a sign that he was there. And she kind of looked at me like I was crazy, and she just kind of moved away with her child. But that's just the way some people react to some of this stuff. And everybody's at where they're at. But I knew it was my dad, and I knew that he brought me that black sheep. And after that, I asked for signs from my guides that I wanted to see dragonflies, if they were around, if I was, doing what I needed to be doing. And so I was just getting flooded with dragonflies all summer long. And then I go visit it was like end of September, I go visit my stepdaughter. And I thought there was no dragonflies there, because it was the first day ever I hadn't seen a dragonfly.